Hi there, this is Sophia from CulinaryGardensCo. Thank you for watching. Today I've been thinking about this for ages, that I need to do a short video on tomato seeds. So, as you may or may not know, tomatoes just love to create little branches all over the place. So this is what I call like the main leader. This is like the main branch that is coming if you follow it down to the roots. But there's this thing that happens with tomatoes is, so it's coming up and then you have a branch and then all of a sudden this tiny branch shows up in the middle. So this is the leader that's coming up, and then you have the branch that's on the tomato plant. And what happens is in between the branch, inevitably, you get this third little unexpected branch showing up, and that is called a leader. And what we want to do is we want to get rid of that, because otherwise what happens is you have your leader, you have a branch, and then you have another branch showing up in the middle, which you're kind of like, where did that come from? So what I do, sorry, the trellis is it's a little windy here. So what I do is you can either just snap it off with your hand carefully, or you can take a pair of clean scissors and just snip it off right here. So I just want to make sure you guys can see that. So here is the third branch that is not really supposed to be there. And you take some scissors and just you can clip it right there. So you can still tell where the sucker was, but I've removed it. So basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to focus the energy of the plant into supporting the tomatoes, but we don't want like just branches showing up out of everywhere, because this branch will eventually produce flowers and you will get more tomatoes, and then you're going to get like tons and tons of smaller tomatoes. So I personally prefer you get fewer tomatoes but larger in size and better in quality, so that the plant can focus its energy. Some people do leave the leaders and they're okay with having like more tomatoes but of lesser quality and smaller in size. I personally would rather have fewer tomatoes but higher quality, better taste. The energy of the plant is focused on less of them. So that was one. Here you can see again, so you have this main branch coming, you have this little branch here, and again we have a leader. So this one I can probably just pinch off, it's even smaller here. So basically this is what I took off here. If I just leave it, it's just going to go completely crazy. So there are places where I have missed them. So let's move over here and you will see one that I completely missed. So here, I don't know, this tomato plant has gone a little crazy here. But okay, so here you see there's a sucker. It's split into two now, right? So this is the main branch, here's a little branch, and then you don't have just one, now this thing has like split. So right here I can clip it, like right here I would just go there and clip it. But you do have to keep on top of these. Here's another one, here's the leader branch, here's the leader, here's the branch, here's here. I'm not sure if the leader is really the technical name for it. I know in trees we call them leaders. Okay, so now look over here. All right, so we have this one was coming along. So let's follow this. Okay, this came up. All right, so this was coming here. Okay, we clipped something. We clipped a sucker there. It came up. Okay, I did not keep on top of it. So you see a branch here. And now it's even hard to tell which one was the sucker. So now these both have gone up here. Like they're huge, so I'm not going to really cut one, because now I don't even know which one was the leader, which one was the main. Now let's say this was the sucker, so we have some tomatoes, it's coming up, now we had another sucker. So this was, let's say this was the sucker, it came up, it created a branch, another sucker, and now we have suckers. So it just kind of keeps going. So here's a good example. So see here, these tomatoes are like really small. Like I don't even think that these are really worth keeping. So we have more flowers. So I'm just going to clip this right here. It's really late. I should have done this like in the beginning, so the plant could have taken those resources and focused them on the other tomatoes, but I'm just going to do it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. This is the problem we want to avoid. So look how big that is. See? It's like, I don't know, like maybe 10 to 12 inches long. So, and I'll just compost that. So there's that. Okay, now let's see. Here, again, I have another sucker, right? And I've actually tied it with twine. So here's another one, right? Like this just keeps going. So this is like something you have to kind of keep on top of with your tomatoes, starting from the beginning. So once you plant them, you know, you want to remove the branches from the bottom, and I'll do another video on that, like in spring probably. But you just want to keep on top of the suckers because they will just take a life on a life of their own, like literally. And then they just drain the plant of a lot of energy and resources that you really want focused on the main tomatoes. And I personally don't want a ton of these like tiny tomatoes, which are not even the size of a marble. This is a cherry tomato plant, but you don't want like tomatoes like this, because look at that. What are you really going to do with tomatoes this size? Here, let me pick a couple off so you can see, because these are not really going to, see how tiny these are? Like, these are like super tiny. This is not the kind of tomato you want. So you want something more that size or this size. So this is the like the pear-shaped tomato. These are the Super 100s. So, and these will get even a little bit bigger. These are not the ones we want. So we want to just keep on top of the suckers so we can eliminate those branches so the plant can really focus on producing tomatoes that are this size or larger. Hopefully that was helpful information. I will probably do another video on this in the spring, but this was, you know, I still had some suckers in my house. I just showed them to you. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.